Hey there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome back to Mystic Unicorn Tarot, and welcome to another general love reading for you, yeah? Please keep in mind this is general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Smash that like button for me, all the things. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading with me, check the information in the description box below. It's all there for you. Just check it out, yeah? Excellent, glad that's out of the way. Let's get into this reading for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're gonna look into your love situation, yeah? We're gonna start with the Romance Angels deck. So, for Gemini, what messages do you have for Gemini at this time, please, Spirit? And give this a few shuffles. Let's just see what messages we have for you coming out at this time. One last shuffle here. What's going on in Gemini's love life? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What messages do you have for Gemini at this time, please, Spirit? Okay, first card you have is getting to know each other. Then you have codependency, honeymoon, and chemistry. And the overall energy is deception. All right, so this is kind of dark. Not surprising, but what I'm getting here is I'm getting very distinctly that, well, let me start here. You guys have chemistry. There's definitely a level of chemistry that has brought you guys together, that has led you to this connection with someone. It feels like it was a really good thing. I see honeymoon here, but the first thing that I feel with this is that the honeymoon is over, because now, as you guys have been getting to know each other, there's a level of codependency that seems to be coming to the surface that you're becoming aware of, or at least, at the very least, Gemini or Crosswatcher, you have the ability to become aware of certain codependent tendencies. Okay. I am looking at honeymoon, Gemini, and I'm going to be very honest with you. I get this feeling that you or the person you're connected with, somebody here in this connection, maybe it's both of you, but somebody here in this connection doesn't want to change. It feels like they have some sort of rose-colored glasses on, and they're not willing to... They're not really willing to change anything. They're not willing to come out of a level of codependency. I also get this feeling, Gemini, that you or this person feels like, feels like there's nothing wrong. And it's not for me to say what is right or wrong. It's also not for you to say what is right or wrong for someone else. Okay, so as I am the channeler here, I'm the reader here, I'm picking up on the energies, I'm the third party looking from the outside inward. And it is not my intention, nor is it my responsibility or requirement to tell you what's right or wrong in your life. And that kind of feels like this is part of the message here. That's what I feel like you're starting to become aware of, or at least you're reaching the point of understanding in terms of the fact of the matter here is Gemini or Crosswatcher, that if you are involved with some sort of codependent situation and you don't want to be in something like that, it's really not your responsibility to change someone else. You have no control over someone else's reality, someone else's desires, I'm hearing. You have to work with that from within. You have to approach that for yourself. You are the only one that has control over your life and the way that you respond to the external circumstances that you experience in life. So the fact of the matter here is Gemini, if you are dealing with a codependent situation and you don't like it, then you've got to do something within yourself, or Crosswatcher, because ultimately, there is something about some sort of codependent tendency that you have within yourself, whether you are the one that seeks external validation or love or acceptance from someone else, or you are the one that, wants to provide that external validation or whatnot, whatever. It's not for you to do. That's not a stable place to receive validation or comfort, security, whatnot, whatever. Not to say that in a relationship, a romantic relationship, or even a platonic relationship with someone, there is no ability to necessarily receive or achieve some sort of stability. You can, as you work together, build a sort of security or safety for each other, for the relationship. But if you're constantly seeking that external to you, then that's going to be a failed endeavor, because the real security, the real acceptance, whatnot, whatever, it comes from within, okay? And if you're going to be a stable individual, you have to have that within yourself. So regardless as to whether you're the one expressing this or they're the one expressing this on the surface, ultimately you need to understand that there is something within you that has you aligning with this situation. So it is upon you, again, if you don't like it, if you are not a fan of this codependency or these codependent tendencies, then you have to take that responsibility for yourself and figure out what is going on within you that has you vibing with or aligning with a situation like this, okay? Now, I also want to say, in terms of codependency, we are social beings. We are social creatures, right? And so we need a level of social interaction, however major or minor that may be, you know, according to personal proclivity. There is a level of codependency that is very natural to us as humans, because we are all meant to be here together, doing this together. However, when codependency comes out like this, it's speaking to levels of addiction in some way, okay? But basically here, Gemini, you have a situation in which certain codependencies are starting to come to the surface. You're starting to become aware of them. And so it's up to you to choose how you want to interact with that, how you want to deal with that, if you want to continue dealing with it, okay? But let's go deeper. Let's see, give us some more, please, Spirit, on the shadow side, the dark side of what's going on here, please, for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Last shuffle. Just a little bit more on this codependency, or a little bit more about what's going on in this connection here. First card you have is abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. Next you have boat. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. And then you have the Grim Reaper, which does say the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is an engagement. This may have been a situation in which you were intending to be engaged with this individual, or this was something that maybe you actually are engaged to this individual. I'm not sure. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. But when I look at the engagement ring here, Gemini, I get this feeling that this is what you or this cross watcher, the other person, wants. But I'm feeling like I guess I want to say is coming from your energy, whomever I'm channeling for here, whether this is the actual Gemini or the cross watcher. Somebody here wants some level of engagement. Somebody here wants some level of marriage, but that could very well be where the codependency comes from, because it feels like the reason why someone wants this engagement, this partnership, this commitment, this union, this marriage, is because they feel like there is a lack of abundance, or they can't have what it is they truly want and or desire without it. And that's where abundance comes into play, because I feel very strongly, Gemini, that whatever it, or cross watcher, whatever it is you're going through in your relationships right now, it's trying to help you learn, or trying to help teach you about how you are or can be truly abundant on your own. You don't need someone else to have abundance, to be connected to abundance, whatnot, whatever. That you as an individual are intrinsically connected to the abundance of the universe. It doesn't come necessarily from another person. Okay, so in terms of this relationship here, Gemini, I feel like you guys have reached a point where you have started to get to know each other enough where, again, the codependent tendencies are starting to become very obvious or very apparent. So all of this, it does look like this relationship could be coming to an end. Okay, you have the Grim Reaper here, which does in fact say the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. All right, and then boat here does have you moving forward. This says receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Okay, but I just get an energy of Gemini of moving on. There is a level of reluctance. There is a feeling of someone start looking at this relationship or this connection that they're in and being like, wow, okay, I guess I really got to move on from this, or I've got to move on in some way. Okay. The codependency is a red flag. Or maybe what I just heard is becoming a red flag in this situation. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay then, let's dive into the tarot here and see what I want to see is, it feels like this would be advice. So what advice do we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and or the cross watcher here in terms of this connection? This feels like that SpongeBob meme of like SpongeBob like reluctantly getting up out of the chair. I just get this feeling like someone here is kind of like, okay, well, I guess it's time to move, or I guess it's time to move forward, or I guess it's time to move on, or something like that. That's kind of what this feels like for you right now, Gemini. Last shuffle here. All right, so what's the advice? What's the advice here, please, Spirit? First card you have is the Knight of Wands, then the Ten of Wands. Okay, yeah, see, Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands, Six of Wands, but then the World. Two more cards, please. The Magician and the Three of Wands. Yep, okie dokie. So, oh, and then also overall energy here is, yeah, there you go. Okay, then we have the Hanged Man as the overall energy. All right. So actually, Gemini, this really isn't bad. What this feels like is what it feels like is happening here for you is that you're recognizing, I feel like this is someone coming out of a level of codependency in which they are the savior, or they feel like the savior, or they feel like they are the one that needs to, or should, or at least is able to ride into the situation and kind of like pick up the pieces for someone and make it all better. Okay, that is in fact a level of codependency, and it's the exact opposite of the individual that goes around looking for someone to make them feel better or to save them. You know what I mean? The damsel in distress type of energy. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just an archetype. So don't get caught up on the gender roles here. Okay, but for lack of a better term, or as we would colloquially understand it, this is that typical damsel in distress, knight in shining armor dynamic. And for the individual that is in question here, whether it's you, Gemini, or the other person or the cross watcher, it doesn't matter. What we have here is Knight of Wands. We have a representation of someone starting to recognize and or realize that getting into situations like this, or getting into romantic situations, or even platonic situations, friends, family, co-workers, colleagues, whatnot, whatever, just a community at large, riding in with intentions, feeling inspired to pick up the pieces for someone or to save someone is overburdening. You have the Knight of Wands here, which would represent that. The Knight of Wands is not officially that knight in shining armor. That's really like the Knight of Swords type of energy, but with it, it's coming through as the Knight of Wands because someone feels inspired to do this. Someone gets a sense of purpose in their life by playing this role for another person, but they quickly and easily get caught up in circumstances or caught up with burdens that are not their own to carry when they do this, or when you do this. And that's what I want to say the rose-colored glasses are kind of coming off for somebody here, all right? And then they keep up appearance, the Six of Wands. Well, no, everything's okay. The house is on fire. You know, we're all on fire here, but you know what? That's fine. Nothing's wrong. That's not good. It's not good, because ultimately something is wrong. Okay, there is a lack of accountability, I'm hearing. There is a lack of, and when you do this for somebody, when you ride into someone's life to save them or to be that match in codependency, there is a level of lacking of accountability that is a part of that. You know, the other person is not taking responsibility for their lives. You are not necessarily taking responsibility for your own either, you know, and so it becomes a really toxic situation, a really messy situation. But ultimately, that seems to be coming to an end. The World to the Magician and the Three of Wands. It feels like someone is taking their power back. This could be the individual that does represent this Knight of Wands, of wanting to ride in as someone's knight in shining armor, that gets some sort of inspiration or feelings of purpose in their life when they do this. But ultimately, that cycle is coming to an end, the World here. And it's happening because there is a change in perspective here, the Hanged Man, okay? It does kind of feel like, for lack of a better term, or to boil it down, it feels like someone has been stuck and burdened for long enough for them to start to realize that things need to change, or for at least for them to start to get a glimpse of a different way to view things, which then ultimately takes over and completely changes their mindset or their point of view or the landscape for this individual. And thus we have someone closing out a cycle, ending a cycle here, okay, and working on manifesting something new. The question here, Three of Wands, is where do we go from here? And I get a distinct feeling of someone looking back on their life and looking at the path, looking at where they've come from now up until this point and saying, okay, no, I got to do something different. All because someone has finally gained a change in perspective here. Okay. Closing message for Gemini, please. Temperance. The King of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. And the Seven of Swords. Overall energy is the Four of Wands. All right, that's the overall energy here. Someone doesn't want to be a sugar daddy anymore. This is literally someone being like, being a sugar, King of Pentacles, being a sugar daddy or being this support system for someone is actually quite deceptive. Not only is it deceptive in terms of a false sense of reality, a false sense of importance, a false sense of partnership, a false sense of security that this is providing to someone, especially if you are represented as this King of Pentacles type of energy, this sugar daddy, sugar mama type of situation. You are in fact providing a false sense of security to the person or the people that you are trying to serve in this way. Why? Because they are not actively working on doing this for themselves. You are providing all of that for them. So once you take that support away, they are back to square one. So in reality, someone is recognizing here that they're not really helping somebody by acting or providing to them in this way, or showing up for someone in a relationship in this way. This person is starting to recognize how deceptive that is. Four of Wands is giving me, with this Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it's giving me an energy of personal stability, personal creativity, personal fire, personal passion, your ability to create for your own self, which we all intrinsically have. We all just do it differently. The fact of the matter here, Gemini, is it feels like you or this cross watcher, someone or the cross watcher, you as the cross watcher, whatnot, whatever, whomever this person is, it feels like they're coming out of this false sense of security and instead are working on finding greater balance and harmony within their lives, which does mean letting go of this person's own personal sense of codependency. Even though they are showing up as this provider here, they are still vibing with levels of codependency. And this could very well be, you wanting to, or this person wanting to step up and be someone like this into someone else's life because that's what you went through or they went through earlier in life at a different time in their lives. But ultimately, you're not really helping someone get on their feet or whatnot, whatever, when you are solely the provider of this stability, of these finances, of this physicality, whatnot, whatever. Okay? All right, Gemini, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. Please make sure to smash that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button as well. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below if you feel so inclined. And also, if you're interested in a personal reading, check the information in the description box below, yeah? I hope you guys have a great day. I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to connecting with you again for the next reading very soon. Bye.